Hello and welcome to Bella Star Astrology. I'm your host, Stella, here with the reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the October 2022 horoscopes. And this month, Virgo, is going to be super exciting. I mean, there's a lot of movement of Mercury, your ruling planet. There's a lot of activity happening. We're going to kick off eclipse season. And most importantly, almost every single house in opposition or directly will be affected this month. So this is super exciting stuff going on throughout the month. All of your life might be transforming, but let's start with Mercury going direct in Virgo on October 22nd. This is the first house. This is you. This is the sign. Like, if you needed a bigger sign to transform yourself, from the outside in at this point, I know Virgo is a lot deeper than that, but Virgo, your Mercury going direct is there to tell you something. It's there to communicate that you are ready, to transform, that you're ready to do something with your life. Whether it's the activities of your extracurriculars, whether it's the side hustle that you've been working on, there's several that you've been working on, and really putting in more effort, putting in more thought. As Mercury was retrograde, you probably revamped or rethought up what you were doing. And, a lot like our friends throughout the signs are going to do today, work smarter, not harder, especially since Saturn is also going direct in your sixth house. It's all about doing more, but making sure you're in balance, right? Then Mercury direct in Virgo on October 2nd is followed by Pluto direct in Capricorn. A lot of planets going direct, a few planets going retrograde, but with this Pluto direct, again, the planet of transformation, the planet of just, what are you spiritually healing in this life? And it is going through your fifth house. So far, it's been there. How has it affected your love life? How has it affected your, affairs, your life with your children, your connectivity, your health in terms of maybe fertility and having children? What are those sort of transformations that you've needed to do? The health transformations you've needed to, especially as Saturn is direct. I mean, Saturn direct in the sixth house is really like it's the stitch between all of the issues you're having. But Pluto, again, it's going to go direct on October 8th. There's going to be a lot of maybe just drama around you about what you're feeling, what you're doing. And as it was in retrograde, you had a lot of questions maybe. And now there might be answers to those questions. There might be answer to those doubts you had, or even maybe a new prospect to look forward to, right? And as Pluto goes direct, you might have an answer to maybe whether or not you're pregnant, whether or not your child is able to move into maybe a more challenging class or something, or maybe there's a lot more romance in your life once it goes direct, and people who transform your life, people who are there to transform you. For those of you in couples, as you know, that means that maybe you and your couple, your significant other, are going to have a little bit of a rocky start, but a transformation at the end of the day. There's going to be something good that comes out of it, some love that comes out of this experience. Hopefully, not a breakup. But anyway, full moon in Aries then enters the picture on October 9th. It's going to hit your eighth house. And seeing as Mercury is going to go direct in Libra right across from there the next day, I'm going to say that this is going to be a pretty important part of your month. This full moon is going to probably end maybe some dependency on your partner's finances, or a transformation when it comes to, or an ending to depending on someone else, or maybe a loan or loans that you've had, hanging over you, and they might come to the forefront, either to be resolved because you have enough money to do so, maybe some sort of lottery winnings, I have no idea, just some sort of luck for you with this full moon, especially as Mercury is going direct in the opposite sign. Maybe you'll think of a new business that will help you end some of the issues you have in your eighth house, or your eighth house, your belief systems around money change. And so what you are afraid of before. Maybe you didn't open your, bills, or you were scared of the guys that call you for payoffs. Like, maybe now with this full moon, you'll gain the courage to go through and find the resources to be able to get that done. It's all about who you owe, what you owe, etc. And then, like I said, that's going to happen on October 9th, that full moon in Aries. And then right after that, Mercury enters Libra in your second house. Now, if you've ever had an idea on making money, this is the time to think of it. Sit down, write it on a spreadsheet, decide what are your best options. Do you want to change jobs? Do you want to change your value system and create a new budget so that you're able to live within your means, for example? Or is this the time for you to look for a way to either enjoy the money that you already have and are able to explore different ways that you can manifest a better result, enjoy your life, spend on your values, etc. And of course, your work itself. Are you working smart, Virgo? And of course, this happens on October 10th, followed by, like I said, maybe a week and a half later, Saturn finally goes direct in Aquarius. This has been long awaited. I know Virgo is very focused on health, but while Saturn has been there, all of the issues and doubts and problems that could have possibly come up, I'm sure, popped up while Saturn was in the sixth house. And as you know, the sixth house is traditionally ruled by Virgo, so it's probably pretty high up there. But seeing as it's ruled by Aquarius in your chart, and the sixth house is in Aquarius in a Virgo chart, this is going to come with a little bit of just, are your belief systems, are your dreams, are your thoughts in alignment with the health that you want? And Saturn is trying to bring you back to that alignment. It's trying to make you more like a Virgo if you're not healthy, or it's trying to make you less like a Virgo if you are, dealing with issues of your health that are related to maybe being too health focused. And what you want to do is take a step back and look, how has Saturn helped me while it was in retrograde? Now that it's direct, maybe all those answers come out. Maybe you're finally able to lose weight if it's been a while since the scale has moved for you. Maybe you're finally able to make gains at the gym. Maybe you join a gym once Saturn goes direct and you're like, this is the move that I need to make myself more healthier. Find a trainer, find the perfect nutritionist, get your health back once Saturn goes direct, right? Super exciting for you guys, as well as work related things. You are a driven person in general because you love to serve. But as you see work, it could be that you were doing too much in your previous jobs, or you were, always the scapegoat, always the person people put things on top of. And so once Saturn goes direct, you maybe find your courage to speak up and say, hey, I want more balance in the work life, or hey, I need to look for something that is more in alignment with the ease with which I want to live, or rather the focus of health first that I need to live by, right? So good luck to you, Virgos, with the Saturn direct in the sixth house. This is probably the most important house for you guys, so it's going to be interesting to see. Don't fight it. Live that Saturn direct life. Moving on the same day as Saturn goes direct, October 23rd, Venus and the Sun are also going to be going into Scorpio. And so this is a lot of third house energy. I'm going to say you're going to get a lot of positive results. The Sun and Venus being in the third house mean maybe a little bit more connection with your extended family, maybe a little bit more connection with your neighbors. Maybe you're going to meet a new neighbor that's going to help you, that's going to support you, that's going to be a good friend. As well as the fact that so many other things are happening after this. The new moon solar eclipse is going to be in Scorpio on October 25th. And that's going to be the fun part. It's going to kick some, because maybe you haven't been doing as much. Maybe you're looking for new people to connect with, new activities to connect in. And so maybe the new ideas are generated throughout that eclipse, or you attract someone during that eclipse that is going to support you in some way. So I'm going to say good luck to you guys. Positive all around, because the third house is that. And of course, it's going to be followed by Gemini later on in the month, which we'll recover in a minute. I'm very excited for you guys. And then, of course, we have the Mercury, or rather Jupiter retrograde in Pisces on the 28th. And this is going to hit your 7th house. If you've already had some luck in terms of love because of this Jupiter transit whilst it was happening earlier this year, now that it's going back in there from Aries, even more so, go out on dates, check out your partner, have some fun together, maybe explore something new, like different things that you can do to build on that partnership. If you've also had some business partnerships you've been working on, now is the time maybe to explore like working outside of those business partnerships, looking at how to build on those business partnerships, looking at more partners to add to that model, expanding that business itself, maybe into merch or into affiliate marketing, whatever it is that you guys are doing, whether it's online or in person. Expand those business partnerships from one or two, but maybe more. Maybe more people can support you. Maybe there can be more people who help you throughout that business as well. So that's going to be Jupiter retrograde in Pisces on the 28th. Then Mercury is going to go into Scorpio. Like I said, a lot of activity in that 3rd house, guys. So pay attention to 3rd house themes. Pay attention to your neighbors. Pay attention to the way you're thinking and communicating. Fact if Venus is there, and Sun is there, and Mercury's there, and the solar eclipse was there, you're going to have such great conversations. You're going to have such great connections. You're going to meet new people who like the same thing as you. You're going to connect with people who like the same things as you. Your social interests might be peaked as well. So there might be something that you do maybe outside of your home, obviously, or even online that you feel connected to others somehow. As well as being able to maybe take some nice short trips because Mercury is there. So maybe you'll be doing something fun since Jupiter's going retrograde in Pisces again. Maybe it'll be something fun with your significant other since it's hitting your 7th house, that Jupiter retrograde. And finally, the last 2 transits, I believe I said this one actually. So the last transit is Mars retrograde in Gemini. This is going to be like Mars in your 10th house is such good things. But Mars retrograde in your 10th house, it's going to 10x whatever energy you've been putting into. Now, just be careful because you might be trying to do everything at once. Give your focus to what you want to focus on. Give your time to what you want to do. Take your time with what you're doing because Mars can be a very phonetic energy in a sign of Gemini, which is also very like everywhere. And you want to be able to give that strong Mars energy into that career focused activity. So that's affecting your 10th house. And especially since Mercury is going to be in Scorpio, which is ruled by Mars, and Mars is going to be in Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury. This conversation that they're sort of having is around how your 10th house influences your 3rd, how your local community is connected to the work that you're doing, how your work that you're doing is connected to the interests, the habits, the people, and the activities that you want to do every day, maybe even the neighbors that you meet. Maybe you might meet someone from your work that helps you find the right house, the right home, the right way to live, and maybe help change some of your mindset and thinking, or vice versa. So yeah, this is going to be a fun time. Remember, every single part of your house is going to be affected. Mercury is going through 3 houses: Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Mars retrograde is going to be in the 10th house, also affecting your 4th in Sagittarius. And just be careful if you have strong planets in Sagittarius, because that Mars retrograde is going to be in opposition. And let me tell you, it'll be a really fun ride if you are not giving the due attention to make those things happen. And of course, the solar eclipse in the 3rd house, all the way down to all of the houses being affected by the full moon, the 8th house, Jupiter, the 7th house, Saturn, the 6th house, Pluto, the 5th house. I mean, there is not a house that it won't be affected this month. So good luck to my Leos. What I just want to say is please subscribe. Please like this video if you felt it was connected to your life. And most importantly, if you could leave me a comment as the month goes on in October and you see that a lot of the things that I said are resonating with you, please, please, please feel free to comment and let me know. I am an astrologer at the end of the day. I'm fascinated by astrology really hitting us on a human level, how it transforms our lives. So please let me know if anything that I said resonated with you this month. I'm very excited for you guys, Virgo. Good luck with all that you're planning this month, and make sure to focus on your career, focus on the finances, focus on your loved one. Make sure that your health is in balance. Make sure that you aren't discouraged by some of the maybe Mars energy in your 10th house. It's okay. It's going to work itself out as it always does for you guys. So good luck, Virgo.